Today, report after report are predicting that recession is about to rain on the parade of the world economy and that the stock market is on the brink of collapse. What can you and I do to protect our assets, save our retirement accounts, and avoid becoming casualties of the economic landslide that so many are predicting? Aloha, I'm Stan Cox, principal broker and strategist with SC Finance Strategies and Insurance Consultants. I'm also the author of the books, The Tax-Free Cash Growth Warehouse Strategy, and I'm the managing director of the Hawaii Financial Free Thinkers Academy, a nonprofit financial literacy education organization. For the past several years, I have focused on and specialized in the infinite banking concept and the tax-free cash growth warehouse finance strategy. Now, if you find this video, the information in this video to be helpful, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Also, please post your questions and comments here. In this video, I'm going to explain why and how infinite banking and the tax-free cash growth warehouse can be the protection and defender you and I need in this unpredictable and unstable economy. First, commercial banks have a history of failure in harsh economic conditions. We don't have to look back very far in history to verify that. Remember the mortgage bubble bursting in the 1980s, causing several banks to go bust and several more to seek government bailouts? Now, the worst case of bank failures that I am aware of was during the Great Depression from 1929 to 1939, which was triggered by the stock market crashing. Banks were collapsing right, left, like so many houses of cards in a sudden burst of wind. On the other hand, life insurance providers, on the whole, emerged from that debacle relatively unscathed. Without going into a lot of unnecessary detail, the reason life insurance companies weathered the storm so well is because their investment portfolios have always been very diversified and built for the long term. And a good portion of their portfolios are invested in assets that are not nearly as volatile as stocks. In fact, the mutual life insurance companies that were operating way back in the days of the Civil War continued to be profitable and pay dividends to their policyholders even during that time period of the Civil War. Those same mutual life insurance companies continued paying dividends to their policyholders throughout the years of both world wars and even the Great Depression. The top mutual insurance providers even had hallmark years during the more recent recessions of the 1980s, 1990s, and more recently, 2007, 2009, and 2020. Well, why is that? They're just that strong and have the kind of diverse investments that resist downturns in the markets. Well, why is that important? Should be obvious. Infinite banking utilizes the cash value of participating whole life policies placed with mutual insurance providers. If you don't have a working knowledge of the infinite banking and tax-free cash growth warehouse strategy, I urge you to watch our on-demand webinar, Become Master of Your Financial World. You can access it here on this channel and via the link provided in the description box below this video. So how does infinite banking provide protection and defense against inflation and recession? There really are a number of ways. First, with a whole life insurance policy placed with a mutual company and properly designed for maximum cash value growth, your premium dollars begin growing the cash value component of your account right away. And that cash value grows with high dividend interest, tax-free. I'll get back to that in just a minute. But right away, those premium dollars are immediately converted into a tax-free benefit for your loved ones in the amount of a huge multiple of the premium that you pay. So let's say if you buy $1 million policy and your premium is $1,000 a month, and you die the week after you pay your first premium, guess what? Your beneficiaries will receive $1 million tax-free. You've only paid $1,000 your first month's premium. That's 1,000 times what you paid into the policy. If you die 5 years into the policy, you will have paid $60,000 into it, and your beneficiaries will receive about $1,090,000 tax-free. That's nearly 20 times what you paid into the policy. If you die 10 years into the policy, you'll have paid $120,000 in premium, and your beneficiaries will get about $1,200,000 tax-free. That's about 10 times what you paid into, and so on. Now, with the cash value of your account growing tax-free with high dividend interest, that cash account is fully protected against any outside interest. That is, if a lawsuit is filed against you for any reason, that cash account cannot be touched. If you default on loans, your cash account cannot be garnished. Even if you file bankruptcy, that cash account cannot be attached. But you can leverage it for anything you want. You can pay taxes with it. You can buy cars with it. You can finance vacations with it. You can invest with it. All things that my wife and I have personally done, actually, with our accounts. Anything you want to do with it, you can do with it. And here's what is, in my mind, the greatest part about this whole infinite banking thing. When your account is set up with the right company, even when you have all your cash value leveraged, it is still continuing to earn the high compounding dividend interest. Now, I feel like I have to say this here. I just saw an ad, it was yesterday, banks paying 5% interest. Yeah, sure, I bit. But when I clicked on the site that promised a bank savings account that paid 5% interest, guess what? It's a very limited offer. The account will pay the 5% only on the first $1,000 in the account. Anything over that gets just a fraction of 1%, just like every other account in every other bank. There are no protections for your money in the account, and if you borrow against it, you don't get any interest. And of course, the interest paid to your account, to your cash account, is taxable. So what is high compounding dividend interest that these infinite banking accounts are paying? Of course, it depends on the company, but the companies that I use for my clients are currently paying 5%, 5.2%, and my favorite company is paying 6% annual compounding interest. That's no joke. That's real high interest, and it's compounding. So you're earning interest on the interest as it gets paid. And there aren't a bunch of fees that steal the interest back from you, and you don't have to pay any tax on that interest. Now, in a high inflation or recessionary environment, one of the benefits of infinite banking that is so attractive include the ability to take leverage loans against the cash value of your account without having to make monthly contractual payments on the loans. That means as long as you make the scheduled premium payments, you can leverage your cash value and not have to make payments on those loans if it's not convenient to do so. No penalty. And if you've been following what I've been saying here, it should be clear that infinite banking is the ticket to multiplying the power of your money, because your money is earning high compounding dividend interest even while you use the money to pay bills like income tax or high interest credit cards or even your mortgage or rent utilities. You get to spend the money and it keeps growing for you with high, genuine high compounding interest. There's no other way or place this can happen for you. I'd say that's a solid protection and defense against inflation and recession. Wouldn't you agree? Now, if you have found this to be helpful, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Also, please post your questions and comments here. For a more complete explanation of the tax-free cash growth warehouse strategy, you can watch our free 60-minute on-demand webinar. The link is in the description box below here. The link to buy my books on Amazon.com is also below in the description box. If you'd like to book a free phone consultation with me, the link to my Calendly page is also below. And if you'd like to apply to become a client of ours, the link to the application is also below. We're here to help, and we look forward to helping you. Aloha and mahalo for watching.